Hey Sarah, let's load up the Battle of Gettysburg tour.
Alright, let's get started with the Battle of Gettysburg tour. Our first stop is the Eternal Light Peace Memorial. It's just 1 mile away at our 12 o'clock position heading 085.
Gettysburg traffic, helicopter 717 Alpha Romeo is taking off, runway 6, Gettysburg.
At our 1 o'clock, you'll see the Eternal Light Peace Memorial. This monument was dedicated in 1938 during the 75th anniversary of the Battle of Gettysburg. It symbolizes the unity between the North and South after the Civil War. The first shot of the battle was fired on July 1, 1863, by Union cavalry, which marked the beginning of this pivotal conflict. The memorial's eternal flame represents the enduring peace between the once divided states. It's a powerful reminder of the sacrifices made and the importance of reconciliation. Our next stop is General Lee Headquarters. It's 0 miles away, and we need to fly heading 155. Welcome to General Lee's headquarters, located right here at our 11 o'clock. This was the nerve center for the Confederate Army during the Battle of Gettysburg. General Robert E. Lee set up his command post here at the Mary Thompson House, a modest stone building that still stands today. From this vantage point on Seminary Ridge, Lee directed his troops and made critical decisions that would shape the course of the battle. It's fascinating to think about the intense strategy sessions and the weighty decisions that took place right below us. Now let's head to our next stop, McMillan Farm. It's just 1 mile away, and we need to fly heading 200.
Sarah, can you tell me about the Army of Northern Virginia and the line here along Pickett's Charge?
Sure thing. The Army of Northern Virginia, led by General Robert E. Lee, was the primary military force of the Confederate States in the Eastern Theater of the American Civil War. Pickett's charge was an infamous assault on the last day of the Battle of Gettysburg, July 3, 1863. It was named after Major General George Pickett, one of the commanders who led the charge. The Confederates marched across open fields for about 3/4 of a mile under heavy Union artillery and rifle fire. This bold but disastrous attack resulted in a significant number of Confederate casualties and is often considered the turning point of the battle, leading to the Union's victory at Gettysburg. We are now arriving at McMillan Farm, located at our 9 o'clock. This farm played a significant role during the second day of the Battle of Gettysburg. It was part of the Confederate line where General Robert E. Lee's forces launched a series of attacks against the Union Army. The farm's fields were the site of intense fighting, with both sides suffering heavy casualties. The landscape here is quite open, which made it a brutal battleground. Imagine the chaos and bravery displayed here as soldiers fought fiercely for control. Our next stop is the Virginia Monument. It's 1 mile away, and we need to fly heading 215. Alright, we are now arriving at the Virginia Monument, located at our 9 o'clock. This monument commemorates the soldiers of Virginia who fought in the Battle of Gettysburg. It's a striking bronze statue of General Robert E. Lee on his horse, Traveler, and was dedicated in 1917. The monument marks the starting point of Pickett's charge, the infamous Confederate assault on the last day of the battle. The line of the Confederate troops stretched for nearly 1.5 miles from here. It's a powerful reminder of the bravery and tragedy of that day. Our next stop is the Peach Orchard. It's 1 mile away, and we need to fly heading 195. We've arrived at the Peach Orchard, which was a significant site during the Battle of Gettysburg. The fighting here was intense on July 2, 1863, as Union and Confederate forces clashed. The Abraham Trossel Farm, Rose Farm, and Bushman Farm are all nearby and were also scenes of heavy combat. The Peach Orchard itself was a focal point of the Confederate attack, and its high ground was strategically important. The Union forces under General Sickles initially held the position but were eventually pushed back. The area is also known for the tragic death of Major General John F. Reynolds, one of the highest-ranking Union officers killed during the battle. Our next stop is Devil's Den. It is 1 mile away, and we need to fly heading 170. We've arrived at Devil's Den right at our 9 o'clock. This rocky outcrop was the scene of intense fighting on July 2, 1863 during the Battle of Gettysburg. Confederate sharpshooters used the rocks for cover, making it a deadly spot for Union soldiers. Just to the north you can see Little Round Top, where Union forces held a critical defensive position. And to the west is Big Round Top, which provided strategic high ground. The fighting here was brutal, with both sides suffering heavy casualties. Now let's head to our next stop, the State of Pennsylvania Monument. It's 1 mile away, heading 035. We're now arriving at the State of Pennsylvania Monument, right at our 3 o'clock. This grand structure was dedicated in 1910 and is the largest monument on the Gettysburg battlefield. It honors the 34,530 Pennsylvania soldiers who fought in the battle. The monument features a massive granite pedestal topped with a bronze statue of winged victory. Surrounding the base are plaques listing the names of every Pennsylvanian who participated in the battle. It's a stunning tribute to the bravery and sacrifice of those soldiers. Our next stop is General Meade's headquarters. It's 0 miles away and we need to fly heading 025 to get there. We are now arriving at General Meade's headquarters, located at our 3 o'clock position. General George Meade was the commander of the Union Army of the Potomac during the Battle of Gettysburg. His headquarters was a small farmhouse owned by the Leicester family. This location was crucial as it served as the command center for Union forces during the battle. Meade's leadership and strategic decisions made here were pivotal in securing a Union victory. The house itself has been preserved and is part of the Gettysburg National Military Park. Our next stop is Culp's Hill. It's 1 mile away and we need to fly heading 050 to get there. Culp's Hill is right below us at our 12 o'clock. It was a critical position for the Union Army during the Battle of Gettysburg. The hill provided a strong defensive position due to its elevation and rocky terrain. Union forces, under the command of Major General George S. Greene, fortified the hill with breastworks and trenches. The Confederates made several attempts to capture Culp's Hill but were repelled each time, ensuring the Union's right flank remained secure. This hill played a significant role in the Union's overall defensive strategy and contributed to their victory at Gettysburg. Our next stop is Gettysburg Final. It's 2 miles away, and we need to fly heading 315 to get there. At our 4 o'clock, 2 miles away, you'll see the Jenny Wade House and the town of Gettysburg. Jenny Wade was the only civilian killed during the Battle of Gettysburg. She was baking bread for Union soldiers when a stray bullet struck her. The house is now a museum dedicated to her memory. After the war, the town of Gettysburg underwent significant cleanup and restoration. The Gettysburg National Military Park was established to preserve the battlefield and honor those who fought there. This marks the end of our tour. We've seen the Eternal Light Peace Memorial, learned about Pickett's charge, and now the Jenny Wade House. Thank you for taking the tour.
Gettysburg traffic helicopter 7 Alpha Romeo is inbound for landing, runway 6, Gettysburg. Seven Alpha Romeo is right downwind, runway 6, Gettysburg. Seven Alpha Romeo is final, runway 6, Gettysburg.